behind the scenes, and a live feeding with the Copperheads coming up. Hey guys, Willie at Venom Central. I'm just doing some maintenance today, and Dina wants to film it, so she's following me around with a camera. So I've got some stuff to feed, just some of the smaller stuff, and some stuff to clean. So you guys are going to get a behind the scenes look at my day-to-day routine around here. But hang in there because we're going to have fun doing it. It's just a normal day here, and I'm running around cleaning things and feeding some stuff I didn't get to feed yet. But so we thought we'd film it, and you guys can check out what we do day to day at Venom Central. But first thing I need to do is I need to clean this little King Cobra, and he's defecated in his cage, and everything's got locks on it. I use these little luggage racks locks on these things. They're great. You got to know the combo, and they got a quick release. They're good for your little neodecia cages. But we're going to take this little squirt out of here, and he's defecated all in there. He's been eating like a little monster. He's eating pinkies like crazy. Actually, we're going to pop a video in there of him eating a pinky. Actually, he's eating fuzzies. And I like him to eat snakes also. And I started him on snakes, and of course, now he won't eat a snake. He wants mice now. So it's always something, but I'll get him eating snakes too. Let's get this little squirt out of here. Okay, I got his little bucket that we put him in, and I'm actually going to remove this whole glass here. All right, set that over there so that don't get broken. And all right, Bubba, come on, little troublemaker. He's actually growing. He's put some size on. He's getting long. I'm going to have to take his little cage apart piece by piece to get him out of there. Come on, dude. Oh, there you go. I can reach in and get that. All right, you little shit. Don't give me a hard time today. Look at how long he's getting. He's getting long. He ain't getting thick, but he's getting long. Hey, let's put him in the bucket before he ends up biting me. I've only got about 8 vials of King Cobra anti-venom, so I don't mess around with him too much. And actually a loading dose for a King Cobra bite is probably 10 vials, so we're trying to get more. That's why I'm not working with the big monster ones until we're loaded up with anti-venom. So anyways, I'm going to clean his little exhibit out real quick. And I've got to clean the little Gilas and feed them. I've got to feed the Gila monsters again today. And we have a just day-to-day cleaning to do today. So all right. Oh, I need my garbage can. Stay there, D. I'll be right back. All right, a little bit of Hex. Hexadine. Great for your spot cleaning. Just don't soak your animals in it. I've watched a few people soak animals in it, and I'm like, oh boy. Hopefully them guys are watching my videos and they're learning something. Well, I know they're watching my videos because I'll tell you what, I just watched a video where somebody's actually starting to copy me. So, because I I put a lot of links in our videos, and we do a lot of, we discuss a lot of venom properties and a lot of uses on venom. And I'm seeing that some of the other guys that have bigger channels are starting to copy my game. So I guess what is it? What's the saying? Somebody copying you is the best kind of flattery. But bad enough, I'm a small channel. Now they got to copy my shit. Well, I'll tell you what. Copy hatching bushmasters and breeding Urutus and breeding all the Bothrops and the rattlesnakes. Show the snakes breeding. Show the snakes having babies. Let's see y'all do that. I don't see any YouTubers doing that. I don't see them actually showing the whole process of the snakes breeding. The whole breeding process, the snakes having babies, showing the big bunches of babies, snakes coming out of the eggs. That's what we do here. We breed stuff and we prove it and we show it all. But anyways, let's get this little knucklehead back in his cage. Get him all set up. He's clean. King Cobras are work, man. I'll tell you, they are perpetual motion, and all they do is eat and shit. That's just, they got a high metabolism. That's what cobras do. They're constantly moving around, and they're constantly defecating and constantly eating. And they're a lot of work. And the big ones, nothing smells worse than King Cobra poop. It smells bad. Oh, I got to clean that off too. There we go. I keep this little king. I raise him arboreal. Little kings do good where they got stuff where they can climb and get up high. They just feel comfortable up high. I think in the wild they live up in the bamboo thickets and stuff. They stay off the ground a lot. But his water's clean. We just put that in there yesterday. And I just did all this yesterday. I'm going to tell you, like, we've had a few people comment saying just how clean everything is. I'm freaking OCD about my animals. I mean, they have to be spotless clean at all times. I don't stand for shitty cages and shed skins and defecation everywhere. I mean, ultimately, the cleaner your animals are, the more healthy they're going to be. I mean, nothing likes to live in its own shit. So, my mind, if you're going to keep animals, you're going to put them in a cage, you better take the best possible care of them you can. Now I got to build his little climbing tree back up in here. It sits a certain way that he knows it. And if I change his cage around, it throws him off. He knows his home range. And King Cobras are smart. I mean, if you think you can just throw the stuff in there and he's going to go right back to normal feeding and his hiding spaces and stuff, it doesn't work like that. It's got to be the same every time. If you switch it up on them, it screws them all up. It really does. It throws them off because in their mind, I think they're thinking, well, they're in a whole new place that they got to learn all over again. And if you keep it the same, they operate the same. They eat fine. They just stay on the same schedule because they're in their little home range. And if it changes, it throws them off. Little temperature gauge. I keep this little guy at a pretty high humidity. We keep him anywhere from 79 to 82 degrees, but I keep his humidity up. You see it's down a little bit right now. Now, and I'll go ahead and mist the inside of this, and I'll tell you a trick. Instead of like spraying the paper towels and getting them moist and wet, I spray the walls, the inside walls of the cage, and that will jack the humidity up in there. And when he does go to ground or getting his hide, he's not laying in wet substrate or a wet paper towel and end up getting belly rot. Do that with all your stuff. Stuff that needs humidity, spray the walls. Don't spray the substrate, spray the walls, everything around the inside of the exhibit. And that'll jack that humidity right up in there. Let me get my stuff over here. All right. And his last piece of the puzzle, it's got to be exactly right back where it was all at so we don't throw him off. Because to him, that's home, and that's what he knows. So, all right, where's my glass? Here it is. See, I'm in here working, and then Dina wants to film this stuff, and it throws my whole game off. It'd be different if we were making a bunch of money on it. But we don't make nothing. Okay, let's get this little squirt out of here. All right, Bubba, you need to start eating snakes. You know, King Cobras, I mean, guys that, I mean, a buddy of mine breeds them, and he's the King Cobra guru, Manny, over at Reptile Lagoons. The guy's magic with King Cobras. And I've never bred kings. I have raised a bunch of babies to adults, and I've owned some big ones. But let me tell you, to get them to eat rodents is like, that's what people want. I mean, they want a little King Cobra to eat rodents because it makes it easy for keeping them. And see how inquisitive he is? Hood up. No, he's like, no, I think I'm gonna come over there by your finger. But to get them to eat rodents is like ideal because, you know, feeding them snakes isn't. It's not easy to get snakes all the time to feed these things. So let's get him in there. There you go, Bubba. And the thing of it is once they're on rodents, it makes them very valuable. And I mean, a captive-born rodent-eating king, a baby, can fetch $1,000. I mean, and I'll tell you, there's guys that have paid that to have a King Cobra that's eating rodents, and that's you know, me, I like them to eat snakes, and I prefer them to eat snakes, but I get them on the rodents. If I don't have snakes available, they're still going to eat. And once he reaches a certain size, he'll start eating snakes again. And I'll give him snakes intermediately. Every other week he'll get a snake along with his rodents. But when he gets 8, 10 foot, I'll get him on turkey necks. Turkey necks are good for him too. A lot of meat, a lot of bone. They're shaped like a damn snake. If you feed them correctly, you just little pieces. You bust them up with a hammer and bend them, make them pliable, and they do good on turkey necks, snakes, rats. I feed them everything. Okay, let's put his little lock back on there. We keep everything under lock and key here. I mean, it's not like a precedence in a lot of snake rooms. You got to have everything locked. I just prefer to do it that way. I keep everything locked down. Our rooms have locking key doors to get into them. Every cage has its own lock, except for the racks. I haven't figured out my locking system for the racks, but nobody comes in my place anyways. Nobody's allowed in here. We're a private facility, but we will be opening a public facility. That's what our goal is. But anyways, he's clean. I'm going to see if Miss Dina can pop a little video in there of him eating a rodent. And I'm going to move on. I'm going to clean the little Gilas, and we're going to start feeding some stuff. Okay, but like I said about the kings, getting them started is, you got to start them on baby snakes. I mean, they're not going to eat nothing else, and they usually start on baby live snakes, little baby corns, and it's a blow to the morale to feed a snake another snake. Because if you're a guy like me, you love all snakes, but if you want to keep king cobras, you got to do it, and you get them started on live snakes, and then you can get them on the frozen thawed snakes, and then you kind of scent them over, and it's a lot of work. It's a pain in the ass to get them to eat rodents, but we got this guy chowing on rodents, and of course, now he won't eat a damn snake. And a buddy of mine, we give a shout out to him, Scott Sharp, he just sent me a big bag full of frozen snakes. I mean, enough little frozen snakes to feed him for a year, but he ate one and decided he don't want to eat snakes no more, so he's demanding his rodents. But we'll get him on snakes again. Once he gets to a certain size, he'll get to where he'll eat anything. One of my big ones, they would even eat fish. King cobras are very opportunistic. They'll eat about anything when they reach a certain size, but he's at that size where he wants to be picky. But he's doing great, and he's growing. Okay, I'm going to feed my little... some of my little captive-born gaboons. Now, I produced these gaboons. They're about 18 months old right now, and they're actually getting pretty big. They're going to be bumped up to the next size tub here pretty soon. Oh my God! And that's why you don't stick your hands over the top of a gaboon ever. I mean, that thing came straight up. Actually, he can use a bigger prey item. I mean, and that's actually a small rat. But I'm getting ready to move these guys out of the next size tub. And I only kept 2 out of the last breeding I did with the gaboons. And I kept these 2 because this one is actually a really dark chocolatey phased one. And it's the female. She's really pretty. And I kept a male that is really light phased. And I didn't breed gaboons this last year because I produced so many of them the year before that I had a hard time getting rid of them. I mean, what do you do with 55, 60 baby gaboon vipers? It's just, so, and I don't like to sell snakes that often. I mean, I will sell an animal to another facility or to, somebody who actually knows what they're doing. And I don't do reptile shows. I don't believe in selling stuff to anybody with $100 in their pocket or in their hand. I mean, to somebody who has a skill set and actually knows what they're doing with venomous animals, yeah, I'll deal with you. But most people I won't sell to. It's just me. I mean, I like to know that somebody has a skill set and they actually follow the right protocols before I put a venomous animal in their care. But that little guy came up out of nowhere. All right, Bubba, get down there. I got to feed your partner. Okay, now we're going to feed the male, and let's see if we can get him to come straight up in the air. Now, he's a mean bastard. Notice him huffing and puffing. All right, buddy. Oh, there you go. Now, we're not filming these with the Venom cam. The actual, I think it spooks him a little bit. I mean, you can see this guy he's wired for sound, but he's a little knucklehead. He's just mean. The female, she's pretty docile. This one's just mean. That just goes to show you. I mean, snakes have different little personalities sometimes. No, nonetheless, they're all freaking dangerous, but you just got to treat them accordingly. Treat them all the same. But this guy is gorgeous. Let me see if I can get a... There we go. Yeah, maybe the light from the camera is taking the color out of it. All right, Bubba, get over there. He's got it way up there in the air. All right, let's close him up and move on. We're going to actually feed the Gilas and take care of the little monsters today. Get in there, Bubba. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we're going to feed my little baby Gila monsters, and normally I give these guys, they're growing, man. They're getting big. I'm going to show you here in a minute. But normally I've been giving them like pretty good size rat pinks and little small mice. They're actually eating really well. But I'm out of my frozen thawed stuff for that. We're waiting for Rodent Pro to arrive. But what I'm going to do today is I've got a bunch of large pinkies thawed out. And these are like the extra large, right before they start getting hair on them. So they're all thawed really well. We're gonna add a little bit of supplement today, and now I give them this supplement. I give it to the big ones too. It's just a calcium supplement, and because I had a pretty good source for quail eggs, but now the guy isn't breeding quail no more. Because I was feeding my big ones quail eggs, rodents. I was giving them everything, and they've done really well on them. But the little guys, I'm adding a supplement, and this is just a calcium powder, and so when I feed them this, I do it with the small pinky stuff. So I just sprinkle a little bit of this in there, like so. And you can see it when they defecate because you'll see the white powder. I mean, you can actually see the calcium, the unused calcium. And I use separate tongs for the healers. I mean, these are dedicated just for the healers. I mean, they don't have to be long or anything. But just because you don't want to feed any of your heloderms, any of your lizards, and then use the same tongs for your damn snakes, you don't want to cross-contaminate. Lizards carry a lot of different little ickies that contaminate your snakes and freaking kill them. But even though we disinfect everything at the end of the day, they get their own dedicated tools for the lizards. But I roll these around pretty good and make sure they all get some calcium on them. And it's a little boost for them guys. It's good for them. But let's get these guys opened here. Can you come over on SID? I don't know. Do we need more lighting in there? No? Okay. Let me just take some of this stuff out of here because these guys are... Here you go, little guy. Start out with one. He's like, give me my pinky. And he'll eat several of them. Here, you want some help? He's like, I don't need no help. Just leave me alone. Okay, I'm going to reach in here and remove his little cage furnishings. Actually, these guys are getting to the point where they need to be bumped up to the next size tub. All right, Bubba, here you go. There's one for you. These are like my favorite of all my animals. I love my little Gila monsters. I love my big Gila monsters. These are my pets. And we're going to feed these guys several each. Here you go. Here's another one. And we just got our big ones out of hibernation. And we're going to show you where they're set up. We got them a whole brand new pimp pad laid out there. They're in the Gila Hotel now. Here you go. Now I actually can just pile these up and leave them in there and they'll just devour them. But I'm going to go ahead and bottle feed these guys today, one at a time. And the thing about Gilas is they'll eat as much as you give them. They're little garbage cans. They'll eat anything you throw in there. Here's another one. There you go, Bubba. Yeah, they've really grown in the past couple of months. They've been putting some serious size on. There's another one for you. There you go. I've been feeding these guys like every 5 to 6 days. And most people would think that that's probably a lot, but it seems to be working. They're doing really well. They're growing really well. They're not fat. They're definitely not overweight. I fed them all through the winter. Here you go, Bubba. One more. Come on. There you go. All right, we're going to let them swallow them down. I'm going to throw their furnishings back in there. And we're going to move over and feed the big Gilas. Okay, we're going to feed our big Gilas. Now, we just pulled these guys out of hibernation this week. Well, actually last week. But I got kind of squinched up on cage stuff because I had to move my big monster puff adders into the old Gila cages. And after they got disinfected out and I paired them up in there, the Gilas didn't have a home. So this is what I've been wanting to do with them for a while. So I went to Tractor Supply and this is what I did for them. I put them in one of these 6-foot horse troughs. You want to back up, baby, to show them how big it is? Is that? Yeah. It's 6 foot long, and they're like, I don't know, 2.5 foot wide, and they're like 2.5 foot tall. So they're in an open air exhibit. I mean, they got a ton of room. So I've been wanting to do this for these guys since I got them, but I was able to pull it off here this time. So what we got is, I've got my pair in here, and this is their new, the Gila Hotel. This is the Gila Pimp Pad. This is where they're going to stay. So that's the male. He's up on a basking spot. Notice he's got some rocks. Now these are them little rock cave hides, and they use them to hide. And actually I positioned everything. Like this end has got a full spectrum light, so they're actually getting some vitamin D. And this is an actual cool side, but this end stays at, 78 to 80 degrees. That's the cool side. And in that hide has got some sphagnum moss and different stuff. That's their moist hide. And then over here on this side, that's the mid-level hide where it's a little bit warmer. And then, of course, that's their basking spot. And that's at like 90 degrees. And notice he's shedding. He just came out of hibernation and he's still shedding. That means he's still growing. But anyways, so, and I did a substrate with these guys. I did some river rock gravel mixed with some sand along with some cypress mulch. And I mixed it all together. Oh, yes, it's me, buddy. And so this way they can dig and it'll hold together, and they got plenty of places to hide, plenty of room to roam around. I mean, this is how Gila should be set up. And for me, these things are my pets. Don't go in there because I'm getting ready to feed you. No. He's like, get out of here. But anyways, for me, these things are pets. I mean, but why not breed your pets, right? So we've already bred them, but this season we're going to try it again. Hopefully we get eggs again. And I will be tickled if I hatch out baby Gilas again. But the females in there, I can hear them too grunting around. But the new Gila Hotel. I know a lot of the Gila guys say they breed them in their racks and things, but I want my Gilas to be happy. I want them to have a lot of enrichment. I want them to have the best possible, the best space, the best of everything. So that's what we did with them this year, and this is their new home. But I'm going to go ahead and feed these guys. Look at them too. Can you get in there? Look at them. They're nose to nose. They're like, that's my girlfriend. Now, I'm going to go ahead and feed these guys. I'm going to have to lure one of them out of there. Okay, I just had to pull that female out of there because I can't feed them both in a hide. They'll end up fighting over food. All right, Bubba, come on. There you go. Definitely when you're feeding them, you got to keep them separated. So we put him up on his rock. Don't worry, little mama. We got one for you, too. Oh, yeah, there you go. Mouth wide open. Come get it. Food. She's mad at me. I pulled her out of her hide. There you go. There you go. Get that mulch off of there. And what I'll do is I will really feed the hell out of these things over the next couple of months. We'll put some weight back on them. We'll get them tails nice and fat again. I tug them around too, let them fight it. They have fun ripping stuff apart. And we put some calcium on them too, just a little extra. I mean, Gila venom is actually pretty interesting stuff. I mean, I don't know if y'all are aware of this, but there's a drug actually made from Gila venom. It's for type 2 diabetes, and I don't know. You may even, if you have diabetes, you may be even using it and not even aware that that one of the components in that drug is made out of Gila venom. It's called exenatide or exenatide, but it was FDA approved like back in 2005, and I'm pretty sure there's like 2 million plus people using it right now. But actually, how they do it is there's a damn hormone that they extract from Gila monster venom, and that hormone, once they mix it with some other stuff, what it does is it stimulates your body's insulin production. It like helps your body create insulin and create more of it. So it's kind of like an add-on that they're doing with insulin, and I guess it's pretty good stuff. It's really working. So really interesting. But I mean, extracting venom from Gilas, that's got to be tedious work. I know there's a few labs that are doing it. I mean, because it's literally their saliva and their venom gland doesn't put out a whole bunch at a time. With them not having a fang and being able to eject venom like a damn snake does, so they need to chew and get their venom in that way. So, all right, Bubba, you're just making a mess. Eat that thing. I'll hold it for you. There you go. Sometimes with bigger prey items, when I feed them these little rat pups, I'll hold them up and let them choke them down. And Mama's already got hers down over there. Come on. There you go. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. I mean, diabetes. I mean, who'd thunk it, right? But they've actually known it for years that the Gila venom can help in that area. But I guess in 2005, the FDA approved that certain exenatide. I think that's the name of it. I read that article a while ago, so I'm just kind of shooting this stuff off of memory. But pretty cool, right? All right, choke him down. Yep, he got his down. And I'm only going to give him one today. Normally I give him two each. But since I added supplement to this meal, I want him to actually absorb that supplement, so we're only going to give them one today. And I'm going to feed these guys like crazy here in the next couple months. We're going to put some weight on them so we get another batch of eggs from them. All right, everybody's done. Well, Mama's still working on hers. Go ahead, girl. Swallow it up. You shedding all over the place, ain't you, Bubba? Oh, yeah, you gonna bite me now? All right, I'll quit screwing with you. All right, guys, we're gonna move on and do something else. All right, we're gonna check the Urutus. Let's make sure I ain't got no crap piled up in there. All right, she's clean. Want to get a look at her? That's our little sub-adult female. We fed her in the last video. You seen it with the Venom cam. And she's clean. No feces, so she's good. We can close her back up. And like I said, there's these guys with these bigger channels, they're starting to copy me. I guess imitation is the best form of flattery. So maybe someday I'll be as big as them. And I'll get 5,000 subscribers. But I need to just run through the little baby zobs real quick and make sure that everybody's clean. You want to come closer so they can actually see the snakes, hon? You're safe. Oh yeah, they're growing nicely. That one's clean. That one's clean. Wow, these things are really getting some size on them. Check these out. Now, these are my holdbacks. I'm going to start pumping the groceries of these guys too. We're going to start really blowing them up and getting some size on them. Little baby Yucatan rattlesnakes. Let's see how this one is. And that one's clean. That one's clean. Everybody's clean. Now, I do this every day. I go through them every day. They are just getting electric. They are getting better and better. What fantastic little rattlesnakes. All right. Oh, this one's really nice. And yeah, I still got a bunch of them. I actually kept 8 of them back. I just love these things. I love all the neotropical stuff. That's my passion. I like all the Central South American stuff, especially when it comes to rattlesnakes. Clean. Clean. Everybody's clean. All right, and that is good. And our last video, when we fed all the Bothrops stuff, and I was telling you I was going to start pairing things up, well, we did. Actually did it the very next day, and I'm going to pop a clip in there. I recorded the Urutu's breeding. We put the male in there, and literally, like, within an hour, they were copulating. So we're going to put that in there and show you guys. It was awesome. I'm tickled. This will be my first time breeding Urutus. So I'm pretty excited about that. And the female looks great. I think she's going to go. So we're tickled about that. That's going to be exciting to have baby Urutus. It'd be a new species for me. And I've probably bred, hell, I don't know, 40, 50 different venomous species, if not more. But that's a new one for me.
Hey you guys, Willie at Venom Central. I just got done feeding all my Bothrop stuff yesterday. I like to feed this stuff before I start pairing it up so nobody gets bit. But anyways, These are my Bothrops alternatus. These are my Urutus. And I just paired these guys up literally just hours ago. I just popped a picture up on Instagram just, I don't know, about an hour ago of the male testing the waters with her. But here they are. They're already locked up, copulating. And I am really excited about this breeding because I've never bred this species before. I've never bred Urutus. I've bred a lot of Bothrop stuff. I breed a lot of eyelash, Mugeni, Leocorus, Asper. I mean, I work with Bothrops and Lachesis a whole lot, but this one has got me just tickled. Now, I raised these from little bitty babies, and they're only 4 years old, and I was kind of concerned that they may be a little young, but I thought, what the hell, I'll give it a try, and let's see if they go this year. But they did, so hopefully it's a good breeding, and we'll have a nice clutch of little baby Urutus this year.
Okay, everybody's clean, so I'm going to go ahead and feed my little copperheads, and we've got one that's just a pain in the ass. He won't eat frozen thawed, so we're going to give him a live fuzzy mouse, and I'm going to have to take everything out of here so we can see it, and we're going to film it for you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and extract everything out of this cage, and we're going to put a live prey with him and let him do his thing, so you guys get to see a live feeding on this video also. Okay, we're going to go ahead and feed our one of our little copperheads, the one that only eats live. So, oh, he didn't waste no time. You guys will get a treat today. It's a good thing I got some live, because if I didn't have him, he wouldn't eat. He just won't take frozen thawed. Eventually he will, but so it's his day to eat, so he gets him a fuzzy. And I think that mouse is already, I can't see it from here, is already, oh my God, that was quick. That was very fast. I had removed the water bowl in his high box so we can see him and actually record this. Doesn't seem to hinder him at all. He eats no matter what. I just can't see the mouse in the camera. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, he's wow, that was quick. That was really fast. Sometimes these copperheads hit them and it takes a minute or two. Sometimes they kill them like immediately. But notice a little bit of blood coming out of the end of that mouse's nose. Now that's a sign of envenomation, and it was really fast. But you know, the venom of a lot of your Achistrodon, especially like this, the Achistrodon laticinctus and your copperheads and cottonmouths, it's highly hemorrhagic, and it's a hemotoxin, so it works on the bloodstream, and it actually got a little bit of coagulants and stuff in it too. So it's just a cocktail that just kind of mixes everything up, and it kills rather quickly. So and it confuses you, because you know when you're reading the venom composition on these guys, you're reading coagulants, and then you're reading hemorrhagens, and you're wondering, well, which is it? But they actually have both. So I think it just sets the parietum system into complete disarray, and it knocks him out the box. But he killed that one very quickly. One bite, and within, man, it was quick. I mean, not even 30 seconds, and that parietum perished. Well, we're going to back up and let this guy enjoy his mouse. Maybe we'll get a fang stretch out of him. There's the fang stretch. He's like, I know you're watching. I'm not eating you. Turn them lights off. All right, Bubba, we're going to give you your privacy. Oh, we're going to move on and keep working. How about that Copperhead, huh? Man, that was a quick kill. But anyways, just our day-to-day stuff, and I do this every day. This is just my routine. Sometimes I'm in here 3-4 hours. Sometimes I'm in here an hour. But I just stay on top of my stuff constantly. But our next one we'll do just a day of working in the Bushmaster room with all that stuff, because I run through the babies every day, and we'll film that for you too. But I hope you guys like this. If you're new to the channel, hit the logo, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and please share. And come on back to Venom Central. This is Willie checking out. Later.